Hey everyone, have I here, bro? Video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, it is time for another edition of Best Teams on Global. This is the year-end 2024 edition, and also this is going to be the final Best Teams on Global because from here on out, it's just going to be Best Teams. Of course, JP and Global have merged and synced up, so 2025, you'll just hear Best Teams, and this is a little bit bittersweet because Global Best Teams have been probably my longest series on this channel. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So of course, I always start off with the disclaimer of the term best teams is my opinion and it's purely subjective. There is no official tier list or best teams ranking from Akatsuki or Bandai. How I rank my teams, and it might change here. I might put a little bit more detail on how I rank all the teams here. I look at leader skills, damage defense, special skills, bench strength and flexibility, game mode effectiveness, and overall gameplay. Of course, first position in the main rotation, you want to have defensive oriented. You want to have some damage output as well. With defense in the second position, you have your flex right here. And then, of course, I do run a support unit. You do not have to run a support unit. You can go ahead and move an alt and put it into a support if you like to. But, you know, having a support that can do damage and have defense is hugely beneficial as well. So previously on the last best teams, which was not too far removed from this video here, it was just a couple weeks ago, this was the rankings here. It was kind of like the top 15, and in reality, for those who expect huge changes, of course not going to be huge changes from the December best teams ranking, but I did want to do this final year end one. So let's go ahead and quickly discuss. Again, these are boosted for a limited time. If you're going to be watching this after January, I believe the boost will be gone by then, and these teams will basically change. I'll probably have to remove a lot of these units from alts and stuff like that, but at this point in time, these units are still boosted until the 10-year anniversary. It'll be interesting to see if they keep the boost around. So anyway, let's go into honorable mentions. Let's start off with the Vegeta's family. One of my favorite teams for the year, actually, of 2024. Really enjoy this team here. Have a lot of good alts here, but just running a full Vegeta's family was very fun for me. And of course, you can also run the Dirty Fireworks Vegeta on here. I did put them way down here, but that is an option to run as an alt. But ultimately, yeah, this is still a great team to run and still very fun to run along with it. I did not do a Goku's family team, but this is a Turtle School team with the Master Roshi. I think this team is also a little bit underrated. It's a very fun team to run. Roshi, can definitely be caught after 7 turns when his entrance animation buff goes away, and then Bulma is not where she used to be. But ultimately, this is a fun team and doesn't get enough recognition. This team here, I didn't know where to put them. This should be probably a top 10 team along with like Earthbred Fighters, but the leader has its problems, right? Physical Godku is not what it used to be. His damage is really nothing there either. He's a dodge or die unit. But yeah, I just couldn't put him into the top 10 because of that weakness. But I can't wait for a new Pure Saiyan's leader, because Pure Saiyans and Earthbred Fighters, once they get a legitimate leader, they're going to shoot up into the top 10 for sure. So again, if you're running this kind of an issue here, you don't want to run a support unit, generally speaking, maybe on this team. The next honorable mention is actually getting booted out of the top 10. I think this is the first time it's done so, and that's Super Boss's Transformation Boost Full Power. I was going to just merge this with technically the other Transformation Boost team because it's very similar to this, or just merge it with Movie Bosses because all these units are just Movie Bosses anyway. But I still have them in the 10 spot. It is not the 10 spot. I gotta hold on, I gotta make a change really quick. Okay, sorry about the 10 was not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be honorable mention because it was ranked 10 in the previous video, but it finally dropped out of top 10 here. And again, I should just merge this with Movie Bosses because the whole team is pretty much Movie Bosses, and you're generally going to run this. Now, if you're going to run with Super Bosses and things of that nature, it might look something like this. So that's why it may be a little bit of a change. So anyway, honorable mention now is Super Bosses with the full power Broly. Again, we also know the domain issue with Broly as well, and also having Boo here with the domain could cause some issues, but if they fix the domain in the future, I think they'll change quite a bit of things in terms of the overall gameplay of these types of units that have a domain and is a leader of a team, and problematic when you can't domain both and they have a transformation that goes along with it. So anyway, come in, and as the final, no, there's two more honorable mentions, but this one here just did not make the top 10. I think this is kind of a disjointed team. I'm hoping some easy A's would help this team out quite a bit. It's a fun team though, right? The Daima Goku is a solid first position, second position unit. It can have some issues at times. The floaters are okay, running at 170 here with Gogeta and Jiren. You can run other units like the other Brolys, some boosted, limited time boosted on here. I don't know, even though it does have the Glorio on here as well, and I could have probably easily, with recency bias, just moved them into the 10th spot. I just think the other teams just works a little bit better overall. Again, no shade on Daima Goku, still a solid TUR. Just didn't make the top 10 in my opinion, right? Maybe some of you guys put the Daima Goku team in the top 10. And finally, the last honorable mention is the best 180 team, which technically I should probably put this team in the top 10 because it's a fantastic team. I just did not have them on there because it's a 180. Maybe in 2025 I might change that role and says whatever team is just whatever's team, but this is definitely the best 180% team in the game. Maybe next to Kamehameha at 180 as well, but being able to run two Super Gogetas is fantastic. So anyway, let's go ahead and transition into the top 10. And of course, like I normally do, and I maybe have to stop doing this and maybe do a top 15 because all of these teams are so close to each other, and that is a 10A and 10B. So I had to put Lord Slug Demonic Power in on this. This is that Glorio boost on here. It can be a little bit, a wonky team, especially if you're running mostly Demonic Power. And then of course the Brolys are only running at 170%, but this is the team actually I like to run the most, actually, is having the Lord Slug as a floater on here, and yes, it could be problematic with like Beast Gohan getting the additional 15% damage while the domain is up, but I really didn't find it much of an issue. Glorio helps that out with that 50% boost for those 3 turns. And I really enjoy playing this team right here. So I had to give Lord Slug some love here and put Demonic Power in the 10B spot, which then 10A would then go to the Buhan team, Power Absorption Transformation Boost. I just realized there's a lot of Transformation Boost. So Transformation Boost here, Transformation Boost here, and Transformation Boost here, right? There's 3 leaders in Transformation Boost. That's I just actually realized that while going through this. But anyway, Power Absorption Transformation Boost with the Boo team, very fun team, very strong team overall, and has a lot more synergy than like the Demonic Power or even like the Daima Goku, which was an honorable mention. The Buhan team, you're running mostly Boos anyway. You might have a situation where you do run the Brolys and the Easy to Janemba here, but ultimately I do like this team running a lot of the time. So that's coming in at the 10A spot. So, and the 10B spot, Demonic Power, and then Power Absorption with Buhan and Lord Slug. So got to give the Extreme Class unit some love in the final 2024 because this was a Extreme Class year. So for sure about that. Coming in at the number 9 spot, just basically moving down a spot here, is going to be Special Pose Tournament Participants with God Topo. Still enjoy this team quite a bit. Got a really nice boost with the AGL Jiren and also the Gotenks. The Gotenks really helped this team quite a bit. Coming in at number 8, then again moving a spot down. So basically there is a team that went into the top 5 that moved everything down. All right, so coming in at number 8 is Movie Heroes with Gogeta. Still holding strong as a strong team. The biggest issue here, it is a 200% solo, so the flexibility isn't as good, but ultimately you're fine. Once you go into Gogeta Blue, you're going to be just fine there, and has that taunt mechanic along with Beast Gohan, and yeah, I think it's a very, very solid team. But bench strength may look good down there. It's just there's a lot of not all that fantastic options if you aren't running these units, as you can see here. But everything's at 200%, which is nice. So coming in at number 7 then is oops, why is this 6? Should be 7. Give me a second. It should be give me a second. Okay, editing on the fly, right? So yeah, coming in number 7 is our LRGGT, All Out Struggle, Super Saiyan's Power Wishes with Movie Heroes and Connected Hope. I did put the Daima Goku on here just because, of course, he just got updated on here, but you don't technically have to run him on this team. He is a nice spot in that first position if you like, and you don't have maybe another unit. Of course, you can always use like Easy A, Int Vegeta as well, Evolution Vegeta. Gogeta could be in a second position. Of course, you're not running Gohan, Kamehameha Gohan in a first position. You just want to wait for him to go standby. But ultimately, yeah, very strong team still. Having that 70% boost in defense makes this unit or this team shine really, really well. So coming in number 7, Super Saiyans with LRGGT. Then you have the number 6 spot with the Kamehameha. Kamehameha is just really strong. LRGGT is a great unit, but also the issue of not being able to go standby on both at the same time really hinders it. You gotta make sure one of these guys may go into floater or have to be in that second position and not being attacked, having HP a little bit lower. A lot of these different things that comes around with LR Family Kamehameha Gohan. But Kamehameha is ultimately a very, very strong team here. You can put Daima again on the main rotation if you like, but again, depending on how you want to run the team, if you want to run the Kamehameha as a floater and wait for him to go standby, or run in the main rotation, up to you. But very, very, very strong team is Kamehameha. So that's coming in number 6. So moving on to the top 5 here. As you can see, just most of these teams just dropped one spot. So coming number 5, another team that dropped the spot here is the Majin Buu Saga. So yes, Family Kamehameha was number 5, dropped to number 6, and then Majin Buu Saga with the Carnival Go tanks. Along with, so I love this team here. It's a very fun team, does crazy amount of damage because you have 2 Go tanks. But don't sleep on this team here because, again, you are going to be running the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. It is a time limit type of unit, but look at the crazy amount of damage you're doing with this team here with Super Gogeta when he transforms, with Go tanks, with Standby Family Kamehameha and that finishing attack. Then you have at all times activated with the Goku on the main rotation here is the Easy A to the physical Angel Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. He does a crazy amount of damage. So this is crazy damage dealing, this team here. And again, you are limited because that Goku's defensive mechanics does go away after that period of time. So, but yeah, Majin Buu Saga is fantastic. I didn't put the full Buu team on here, but that's consideration in the top 5 here as well with the Majin Buu Saga Fat Buu leader. So anyway, coming in number 4, here's the one that I was like, okay, do I actually put this as number 3 spot? I don't think 1 and 2 is just going to stay the same. So I went back and forth with this. Is number 4 or number 3 on this team? And I was like, I can't let recency bias take over. And having 2 Glorios is huge, right? 50% boost for 3 turns and having 2 of them boosting everybody up. And you're having Beast Gohan here. You have the Family Kamehameha Gohan on here. But that secondary rotation, there's not some options. You could, of course, run the 170%. So this is the team I ran for Goku and Frieza and demolished them very easily. Finishing move with Family Kamehameha Gohan. It is kind of tricky with Glorio being that he is a dodge unit. He can build up some stats pretty nice as well, but in this super high end of things, and you can't dodge with like 17 and Golden Frieza. You got to make sure your domain is up with Goku, with Tech UI Goku, but stuff like that. There are certain mechanics that I'm like, okay, do I but they're still so amazingly good. So easily could have been a top 3. And some of you guys may even put them in number 1 just because this team is so fun to run. But I am going to put them in the 4 spot. So top 5 still. Just, got away from the recency bias on there. And even you can run a full Boo team and it works really well along with that. So coming in number 4, Demonic Power, Battle Wits, Accelerated Battle with Glorio. What an amazing unit, right? So the top 3 is going to stay top 3 because I think this they earned 2024 year-end top 3, right? And that's going to be Tech UI Goku with Universal Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, and Trusted Will. This team is just fantastic overall, right? You're getting some secondary boost from Beerus here, even running at 170%. Beerus is an incredible super easy yay. Just keep that in mind. Beerus and LRGGT on here. Yes, you have the Tech UI Goku issue with both of them not being able to transform into MUI Goku right away. But one can, the domain's up, and the other one can, you're good to go. So you're going to keep that domain going quite a bit here. But if you want to don't want to run LRGGT, why is it? See, I was going back and forth. See, it's going back and forth. I have them at the 4th spot. No, it's actually 3. I'm going to change that right here. Don't need to pause it. This is a team that does crazy amount of damage here as well. You can run Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks on here and have Beerus as the support unit. So either way, more defensive support or just have Beerus back there in the 3rd spot doing his thing. This team is just almost unkillable at times. So then you have this version of it to run just primarily Realm of Gods. This is a very fun version of it. And of course, Representative of Universe 7, that full team is very powerful as well. So just the flexibility of this team, everything, I think that's the reason why I put them over the number 4 spot in having the double Glorios, just because that bench and just everything that it does is the number 3 spot. Could even be arguably number 2 or even number 1, but I do have them in the number 3 spot here. And of course, we do have the merge portion of this with Universal Survival Saga and Jiren being the leader here as well, and you can run a Universe 11 team here as well. So, and of course, the number 2 and number 1 spot isn't going to change. They both earned it. Number 2, Movie Bosses at 200%. Such a strong team here. Having 2 Tech Broly's is just absolutely beastly. And then, of course, merging with the Uncontrollable Power Revenge Planetary Destruction team here provides more flexibility. So these two, I think just 1, 2, and 3 are just so solid and deserves to be in the top 3 spots for 2024. And then, of course, number 1, hey, for basically a full year, if you're counting JP, this was the best team and one of the best units in Beast Gohan for the entire year. They designed them quite well. They added more units to help the team out quite well. The EZAs to MUI Goku and Evolution Vegeta was the first start. Then they added Gogeta Blue. Then they added Tech UI Goku, and now of course they have Beerus as a support unit. Again, anytime you can run Beerus as your super EZA Beerus as your support is wild, right? And then having 2 Beast Gohans is like just crazy here. And then you can have fun and just have the temporary boost units as units you can run on these spots here. So again, the diversity's there, everything's there, but just having Beast Gohan number 1 spot, good to go every single time. so there you have it. He lost his first spot just a few times there, maybe just me thinking a little bit too overthinking here, but yeah, coming in number 1, still superheroes. What a run for 2024. So here's a summary here. Previously, this was the previous year. You can see basically we had the Glorio move everybody down, this booted out, and then basically that's what happened here. Glorio win this spot, everyone moved down, and then these two here shared the number 10 spot. I couldn't knock out the Buhan team and put this team. I think they deserve both in that top 10. So this is what I'm going to end with right here. Here it is, right here. My final 2024 best teams rankings, coming in the honorable mentions and basically the top 16, it looks like here. How many teams here? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. They are the top 17 teams of 2024. Here you go, right here. Coming in number 10 spot is the Buhan and Lord Slug as A and B. Then you have got Topo in number 9 spots. Then you have Movie Heroes with Gogeta, LRGG team number 7. Family Kamehameha team number 6. Majin Buu Saga is number 5. Glorious Glorio coming in at number 4. And then the top 3, I think it's just so solid of teams. Universal Survivor Saga with Tekuai Goku. Movie Bosses, but also Uncontrollable Power number 2. And then Superheroes with Beast Gohan number 1. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. My final rankings for 2024. Agree, disagree, let me know. Have a happy new year. Thank you for watching my final best teams on Global 2024. That's it. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.